Hey neighbors, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be talking about DNA, science, the ageist species of the African race, and the diaspora. But most importantly, we're going to be talking about how black people don't have low intelligence, because I saw this floating around the internet and somebody said that black people have low intelligence, and that's not true. Before we get into the video, please like and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. If you're new here, welcome. Now, if you didn't know, there was an individual who went viral for stating that black people are unintelligent because they read too busy getting pregnant and having babies instead of focusing on their education. Well, a new study shows that her theory is completely wrong. In fact, science now proves what we've been saying all along. Black people are actually more intelligent than white people, and here's the proof. The study that was conducted by a university found that humans in Africa had larger brains than those outside of Africa. They say the evidence suggests that the emergence of modern humans in Africa around 300,000 years ago had larger brains than those found outside of Africa, suggesting that bigger brains may have facilitated the adaptation to diverse environments and ultimately enabled the global expansion of our species. Dr. Andrea Garova, assistant professor of anthropology at a university, says, "These findings lend support to the idea that humans first evolved larger brains in Africa, and that increasing brain size was associated with the behavioral and technological advancements that allowed our ancestors to survive in a variety of environments and eventually spread across the globe." Researchers examined the age of different species of Homo sapiens remains found in various regions of the world. The team found that the Homo sapiens remains found in Africa were approximately 300,000 years old, while those found in China date back only about 100,000 years. Scientists believe that modern humans evolved in Africa and began migrating to other parts of the world about 60,000 years ago. But the remains found in China suggest that humans migrated earlier than previously believed. The study also found that the Homo sapiens remains found in Europe date back about 40,000 years. Remains found in Australia are estimated to be about 65,000 years old. Humans have the scientific name of Homo sapiens. A species is defined as a group of organisms capable of interbreeding and producing fertile offspring. So that means anytime you hear someone say something like the Asian race or the black race, that's not scientifically correct. We're all part of the same species, Homo sapiens. In regards to the migration of humans, the genetic evidence clearly shows that humans migrated out of Africa in multiple waves. The initial migration of Homo sapiens out of Africa most likely occurred around 70,000 years ago. However, at this time, they migrated back to Africa between 60,000 and 10,000 years ago. There was gene flow between Homo sapiens and Neanderthals in Europe and Asia. Neanderthals are an extinct species of archaic humans. They're known for being stocky, short, and strong. Homo sapiens coexisted with several other human species, such as the Neanderthals and the Denisovans. Modern humans interbred with these species, and some people still carry their DNA today. The interbreeding between Homo sapiens and Neanderthals is thought to have occurred in Europe and Asia during the initial migration of Homo sapiens out of Africa. The Neanderthals had a significant impact on the genetic makeup of modern humans. The average European carries about 1 to 4% Neanderthal DNA, while the average East Asian carries about 4 to 6% Neanderthal DNA. The second wave of migration out of Africa occurred around 60,000 years ago and was successful, leading to the current worldwide distribution of Homo sapiens. So that means that humans did migrate out of Africa twice. The first time, they went back in. The second time, they went out. They didn't come back. Now, during this second wave, humans migrated into Europe and Asia. Scientists believe that humans developed more advanced tools and weapons, which allowed them to hunt more effectively and gather more resources. They also developed more complex social structures and began to farm, which led to the development of villages and eventually cities. Humans spread throughout Europe and Asia, and eventually they made their way to the Americas and Australia. There are several theories as to why Homo sapiens eventually replaced other human species. One theory is that Homo sapiens were more adaptable and could survive in a variety of environments. Another theory is that Homo sapiens were more intelligent and had more advanced cognitive abilities. There's also the theory that Homo sapiens were better at cooperating and working together in groups. These factors likely contributed to the replacement of other human species by Homo sapiens. So this goes to show that humans evolved in Africa, where the cradle of humanity is. And then humans migrated into Europe and Asia. And during that migration, we picked up other genes from other species. But to say that black people have low IQs is completely false. A few months ago, another study was done that showed that black people have higher pain tolerance than other races. That study showed that black people have higher pain tolerance than white people and Asian people. During the study, they tested the pain tolerance of over 3,000 students. They measured their pain tolerance by sticking needles in them. And the results showed that black people have a higher pain tolerance than the other ethnic groups. The study also showed that black women have a higher pain tolerance than black men. Dr. Daniel J. Levitin, the author of the book, This Is Your Brain on Music, says when you look at published data on pain, there's a significant difference between blacks and whites. He added, if you look at the literature, you find that African Americans report more intense pain experiences than European Americans, and they also report greater pain, unpleasantness, yet they also report significantly greater pain tolerance. This means that black people can withstand more pain than other races. So that's why black women give birth without an epidural. Another thing I want to mention is that a lot of times black people have to be smarter than the next person because of the situation they are in. Being black in America means that you have to be twice as good just to get half as much. But growing up as a black person in America, you learn early on that you have to work twice as hard just to get a chance at the same opportunities as your white counterpart. You learn that you have to be smarter, more talented, or more skilled just to have a fair shot at success. For example, you might need to excel in your field and gain recognition before you get the same pay or promotion. As a white coworker who may have less experience or qualifications, you might have to prove yourself over and over again just to build trust and credibility with others. And you learn that you can't make certain mistakes that your white counterparts can make without facing even harsher consequences. You'll learn that you have to be on your P's and Q's at all times just to avoid being judged or stereotyped. For example, a white man named Kyle Rittenhouse was able to get off with just probation after killing 2 people and injuring 1 more. Meanwhile, a black man named George Floyd was killed by a police officer who kneeled on his neck for over 9 minutes, despite having no prior criminal record. And as long as we keep telling stories like this, we should be able to understand why black people have to be smarter than the next person. There's nothing genetically wrong with us. We're just tired of ignorance. With that being said, what do you guys think about this video? Let me know in the comments section below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys on the next one.